And good morning, good morning, Josh and Digi. Orders what, orders when? Yeah. We'll go ahead and jump on that. I decided this morning. All right. We're by the way, good morning, Ramen.
Good morning.
And how is you doing this fine and glorious morning?
I am doing wonderful. My daughter fixed my PC. It's a Christmas miracle. And Ross got his order and he sounds happy with it. So yay.
All right.
So anybody been seeing those display ads on YouTube? They are worth the price. It's metal posters. And they are so fucking cool. I got him a Dungeon Master one, for the D&D, and
right.
He peeked and he's like, "Did you give me that Dungeon Master?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It sounded like he liked it, so I was so happy.
I saw something the other day, and it's let me see. I'll do a quick search here and see if I can. Okay. Let me see if I can find if this will come up with the picture that I was. Okay, they've got some images here that may be. My computer's really being a pain in the butt this morning.
I was worried about mine because the display would flicker and flash green for a minute and then go back to normal like every few seconds. So I thought it was the motherboard that died on me, or the video card. Like, gee, for $50 more, I could just get a whole other computer.
Here we go. This is the picture I saw, and it's like, if my wife would let me get this.
You're not sharing it.
I know, I'm getting ready to share it now.
Okay.
If my wife would let me get this and put it in our yard, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Uh-oh.
Okay, come on. I'm asking you to present. Thank you. Like I said, my computer's being really slow this morning.
Okay. Oh, in the living
room? I'd love to put.
It's more like for the yard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd love to have that in my yard.
That's a fire pit. Hey.
Yeah.
Please.
Now they have them with all different types of dragons: red dragons, black dragons, chromatic.
It's very pretty. I would take it.
I mean, that to me, that's just like, oh my goodness. The way it looks like that dragon's breathing fire down onto the pit, it's just amazing.
Joel, King, and Bo, and Mary and Joseph having me baby Jesus.
I would take that in a heartbeat. So that really looks sharp out in our. But my wife, I bought a three parts of a dragon. It was the head, mid body, and tail. And you would put it into your flower bed so where it looked like the dragon was going in and out of your
I got you.
Flower bed, like say like the Loch Ness monster. Going in and out of the water.
Like a snake. Yeah.
Right. And the wife made me send it back. She wasn't going to put that in her flower.
Oh my God.
She wasn't going to put it back in her flower bed.
That's so cool.
I know, but she's not a big fan of dragons.
Oh no, they are majestic.
So, whereas I am a big fan of dragons. But I mean, that goes back to my D&D days. I mean, I always wanted a red dragon or a black dragon for a pet for my hunter.
Stop it.
Yeah, Josh, my computer's been a lot better. This is a 6-year-old Asus that I'm using right now. And they upgraded took out the hard drives, put in SSD drives, and they upgraded my memory as much as it would upgrade. Yeah, the view. I would not be surprised. The Legend of Dragons are too universal.
Yeah.
For there not to have been something somewhere. Now, am I going to say they were fire breathing? No. Because as years go by and tails get enhanced, the dangers of the creatures get enhanced. It's like a fisherman. His 5-pound bass soon grows into a 10-pound bass. His 2-footer soon grows into 3-footer. Yeah, Digi, she made me send it back and get a refund because she wasn't going. She said there's no way on God's green earth that was going to go into her flower beds.
Wow.
So, what can I say? It is her. It is her flower beds. So,
green lives matter.
No, but anyway, but yeah, but there's all kinds of dragon fire pits out there now that I would be really interested in. If I wish I really had someplace in my yard to put it. But yeah, see, that's another thing too. Is I got a much smaller yard than what I used to have. So. When you go from over a third of an acre down to less than a quarter of an acre, probably just barely over an eighth of an acre, you really lose a lot of stuff. But yeah, Josh, I'm going with gaming. Like this is an Ace. I'm using an Asus Republica gaming laptop, and I'd probably stick with it for the streaming purposes. But stick with Asus ROG computers, laptops. I know that when they're going to cost me $1,400 to $1,800 regardless. But I figure if that's if I can get this is 6 years old. If I can get 5 to 7 years out of a laptop, I've got my money's worth out of it. So that's the only thing I'm looking at is am I going to get my money back? Get my money's worth out of it.
Rawls and his son-in-law are building me one next year.
Oh, nice. The laptop or home
Desktop.
or desktop unit?
That's all I use are desktop.
Oh, I saw a desktop unit that somebody built for their office. This thing had to be 3 foot square.
Oh.
I mean, 8 to 10 inches across, and top to bottom and front to back at least 3 foot. This thing was a monster.
Yeah, they're gonna do that for me, and with the clear glass sides and all that, and massive cooling properties, and I've never
Right.
spent more than $500 on a computer ever. But I think this one's gonna be, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to really indulge on this one.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if I can get 5 to 7 years out of a laptop, I feel like I've gotten my money's worth out of it.
Oh yeah.
Especially if I'm using it every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just want to play 7 days without overheating.
Right.
I don't ask for much.
And this one here is starting to struggle to play 7 days.
Ooh. They're coming out with State of Decay 3 next year, so.
It's starting to struggle playing 7 days, so that don't make me happy.
Oh.
That's one of the reasons why I've been playing much, because it.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Because it struggles to play it. And I've reduced all the settings pretty much to where any lower, and the game would be, the visuals would be impossible to deal with. You'd never see the zombies coming until after they hit you.
No, I know. I've dealt with that, yeah, on my last computer.
So, all right. Looks like Liz Cheney. Okay, now remember, Biden was talking about doing preemptive.
Yeah, pardons.
Pardons. And Liz Cheney was on the list of people to get one.
Why?
And we were all sitting there wondering why.
What did she do?
How can you give a preemptive pardon to somebody that's not been, without somebody actually having been charged with a crime? Well,
setting a precedent?
It appears Cheney's got some issues from her time on the J6 committee.
Wow.
Okay, the House report on recommended issuing criminal recommendations against Liz Cheney for her role in the investigation to January 6, 2021.
Uh-huh.
All right. That Cheney should be investigated for criminal witness tampering. And indicates
the FBI should.
Right, saying the FBI should be investigated. Let's see here. Get down to the actual thing here. The 2-year investigation asserted that Cheney tampered with at least one witness, Cassidy Hutchinson, by secretly communicating with her without Hutchinson's attorney's knowledge. Hutchinson, a former White House aide, allegedly falsely claimed to have drafted a handwritten note for President Trump on January 6th and made other sensational claims per summary of the report on the committee's website. So, Cheney, and we all know Cheney has never liked Trump. Liz never liked Trump. And I don't know if Dick, I honestly don't remember if Dick liked Trump or not, but I know Liz never did.
Right.
The FBI must immediately review the testimony given by Hutchinson in this interview to determine if she also lied in her FBI interview And if so, the role the former Representative Liz Cheney played in instigating Hutchinson to radically change her testimony. The release further noted, make sure I got, yeah, okay. The release further noted that Hutchinson's most outrageous claims lacked any evidence, and that the January 6th Select Committee, assembled by Nancy Pelosi, had knowledge that her claims were false when they publicly promoted her. Well, I mean, that's no different than Adam Schiff claiming that he had witnesses that he never had.
Right.
And old googly eye Schiff has yet to have any repercussions for all his actions. I honestly, as much as I dislike Liz Cheney, I'd love to see him go after Schiff for his actions on the Russia.
We know that'll never happen. Come on, they're on the same side.
So, Trump confirmed in his Truth Social post he's paying attention not only to continued political aftermath of January 6th before he takes office, but also to the developments surrounding those who tried waging moral lawfare against him for his purported role in the incident. So, yeah, so there's probably the reason why Liz Cheney was being considered or is being considered for a preemptive. But
it shouldn't be a thing.
That's
bullshit.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you need to wait until. But see, that's not the only thing the January 6th committee hid.
Oh, gee, big surprise. More secrets. What?
Okay. That has recently come to light. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's changed. So let me close. I'm going to try closing tabs as I go here, guys, so that I can hopefully get this computer working a little bit faster. Now, this here is from the House Administration Subcommittee on Oversight. Oh, by the way, AOC did not get the job as the Democratic minority leader.
Oh, gee, what are you saying? She's perfect for
it. She couldn't get the votes. Pelosi argued against her.
Oh, why are women hated so much? Why do liberals hate women?
Well, I mean, Pelosi's a liberal woman, and she argued she was out there lining up votes for the 74-year-old man that's got some form of cancer. That's got some form of cancer. Mm-hmm. So anyway,
stop that.
These are some quotes from their report. Previously concealed by the Biden-Harris administration's Department of Defense, the subcommittee has uncovered statements by key personnel involved in the deployment of the D.C. National Guard to the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. These new transcripts indicate that senior Pentagon officials unnecessarily delayed the D.C. National Guard response to Capitol Hill on January 6th due to optics concerns. The DOD IG Inspector General claims that the actions of the Pentagon were reasonable in light of the circumstances at the Capitol Hill on January 6th. The IG also determined the DOD officials did not delay or obstruct the DOD's response. All right. The transcripts, however, reveal otherwise.
Oh.
Okay, now these are just selected quotes. They're not it's not the transcript itself. Okay, selected quotes from the transcripts. Okay, this report's like 158 pages long. Okay, and like I said, the way my computer is acting this morning, I was going to have a hard time pulling it up. The president says, this is General Mark Miley, that piece of garbage, who said he wanted to understand white rage.
Oh my God.
Remember the POS at the House committee hearing?
Yeah.
The president says, hey, look at this. There's going to be a large amount of protesters here on the 6th. Make sure you have sufficient National Guard soldiers to make sure it's a safe event.
Yeah. The only person who got killed that day was Tara. Ashley, I'm sorry. I remember calling her Tara.
And then he goes, the president said, hey, I don't care if you use guard or soldiers, active duty soldiers, do what you have to do. Just make sure it's safe. That sounds like direct orders to me.
Yeah.
That really does. Okay. Christopher Miller, the acting Secretary of Defense. The president commented they're going to need 10,000 troops the following day. I interpreted that as a bit of presidential banter.
No,
or President Trump banter.
It sounds pretty fucking serious.
That, in no way, shape, and or form did I interpret that as an order or direction.
He might need a vacation, a non-paid vacation, to go over some of this stuff and figure out what's what.
Well, he's no longer there, but that's beside the point. On January 6th, everybody was like, hey, did you listen to the president's speech? And I'm like, the guy speaks for 90 minutes. It's like Castro or something. No, I've got work to do. He's sitting there comparing Trump to Castro.
Wow. Yeah, it was under Biden. Like, all our fucking groceries went up 500%. Shit. Oh my God. $7 for a fucking carton of eggs.
Okay, Miller also said, I'm cognizant of the fears of the president would invoke the Insurrection Act to politicize the military in an anti-democratic manner. And just before the Electoral College certification, 10 former secretaries of defense signed an op-ed piece published in the Washington Post warning of any dangers of politicizing and inappropriately using the military. No such thing was going to occur on my watch. I'm so tired of these people saying, well, I had former secretaries of defense. Remember the 54 former intelligence leaders that signed off on the Russia investigation that turned out to come from Hillary Clinton's group?
Oh, yeah.
They use these these people who used to work, they don't mention names. They just say, I got a bunch of other people who agree with me. Mm-hmm. Well, whether they agreed with you.
Your friend doesn't count, no matter if they have the right to vote. I'm sorry.
There is absolutely no way I was putting U.S. military forces on the Capitol, period.
Right.
The operational plan was this: let's take the D.C. National Guard and keep them away from the Capitol.
Yeah.
All right. Chief Stephen Sun, U.S. Capitol Police. I'm making an urgent request for the National Guard. We are being overrun. I give a quick rundown of what we had going on and that officers are out there fighting for their lives. We are about to be taken over. The representative from the Secretary of the Army said, I don't like the optics of the National Guard standing in a line with the Capitol in the background. They didn't give a damn about the safety or the protection of the Capitol. They're more worried about what the optics would look like.
Yeah, of course. Everybody's got a phone now.
Well, and in a way, I can almost understand it because remember the optics of the Border Patrol on horseback and the pictures that were shown were made to be that they were using the reins to whip the illegals as they came across the border. Remember that whole mess?
Yeah.
So these people can take a picture and make it say whatever the hell they want to say. But these guys are absolutely being okay. Commanding General William Walker, DC National Guard. My thoughts are that there has to be something else at play here. Why is there such concern about the proximity to the Capitol? General Pitt at 2:42 p.m. said it would not be his best military advice to send the National Guard to the U.S. Capitol at this time. Military presence could make the situation worse, and the optics were bad.
What a bunch of fucking retards. I'm sorry.
Colonel Earl Matthews of the D.C. National Guard. The D.C. Guard could have gone in right away, but the Secretary of the Army did not give us the approval.
Can you imagine the optics of the military shooting down Ashley Babbitt? Holy shit.
Well, I mean, very few people, including the media, cared that she was shot by a Secret Service agent.
Right. Didn't that guy lose his gun a few times?
I don't know.
There was some kind of controversy about him leaving his gun in the bathroom or some crap. I don't know.
I don't remember. I'll be honest. I do not remember. There is a concern about being anywhere near the Capitol because the perception that the military would be involved, that there'd be a militarization of the electoral process. And don't forget, the FBI, like we talked about the other day, the FBI had at least 23 CHSs out there, and they had 29 and 23 were out there breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, rubber duckies.
I don't even know, man.
So, I mean, it's just quote after quote after quote here by generals, brigadier generals, Homeland Security, emergency management people So, I mean, Christopher Rodriguez, DC Homeland Security Emergency Management. So it kind of shocked me because we had a situation where the Metropolitan Police Department had been on the scene for over an hour at that point, and we couldn't get any additional support from the DOD. Okay, let me jump over to this tab. So, I mean, Trump is sitting there at the beginning saying, hey, I don't care what forces you got to get out there tomorrow. Get them out there to protect the Capitol from anything that may go on.
Right.
And he's talking about protecting the Capitol from his supporters. Not from left wingers, but from his supporters who were angry.
I don't think he really meant that like that. I mean, it looks like that. He just didn't want any controversy, and look what happened. The first thing he does is pardons all those January 6 people as soon as he gets in office.
Oh, he's going to. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if he more than 3 days. If 3 days he lapses before they're all pardoned. I would be absolutely shocked. Now, I'll post a link to this here. This is an excerpt from the report. This is only an excerpt. Yeah, Neil. Oh, hey, morning, Neil. Neil's saying that, that guy that shot Babbitt left his gun in the bathroom and somebody else had turned it in.
You know what? I would have sold it. Okay, little weirdo.
What?
Nothing, you. You.
Me?
Yeah, you. You're the one talking. It's okay. I don't know. What do you need? You got chocolate milk?
I was drunk too much.
Oh, God help me. Yeah, in a couple weeks.
So if you guys want to look at this, I mean, this is just excerpts from it, but I would highly recommend go through and read it, and then read what they posted here in their press releases, but go back and read the actual report. Because it's pretty wild. It really and truly is.
More like witness protection.
What do I got here? Okay, I don't need that. So let me go ahead and close that because I don't need it. All right, now here's the link to the Western Journal article from today. And this is what got me clicked onto this. Oh, come on. Don't let my computer lock up on me now.
No.
There we go. I'm slowly but surely getting tabs closed here so it'd be a little bit better. Okay. I don't need that anymore either. So, okay, you know Trump. Okay, I know we've all heard and seen pictures. We know Trump's going to go back in when he gets in office. One of the first thing he's going to do, besides drill baby drill and the J6 people, he is going to. Okay, wait a second. He is. 12:30. Today will be a short stream because I just got told I can do a 12:30 appointment with my doctor today.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's perfect. That means I got to leave here at 11:30. So he's going to build up his wall. He's going to build his wall up. Yay! The problem is Biden is selling off the wall.
Yeah, he needs to make Biden pay for that shit. If he's tearing it down, there needs to be a fine or something. Damn.
Biden is selling off pieces of the wall that have been laying on the ground now for 4 years. Parts have already been paid for. Right?
That can't be legal.
It's legal. He's selling it off as junk, scrap iron.
I mean, if you put stuff in your neighbor's yard, they have to give you time to pick it up. They can't just sell stuff off, even if it's not supposed to be there. So, I don't know, man.
Well, Texas officials, the assistant or the vice governor of Texas, I've got $1 billion in my pocket. Texas official snaps up auction border wall materials to give to Trump. It appears that President Biden's last-ditch efforts to Trump-proof the federal government are being hamstrung by Texas.
Oh.
Last Thursday, the Daily Wire obtained footage of the border wall materials being hauled away and sold at auction. Fox News is now reporting that Texas officials were ready to buy them for their original purposes. The footage from the Daily Wire showed the materials were being taken away in trucks and stored with the caption saying the bidding starts at $5 per segment.
Wow.
That's what
probably
Biden.
Cheaper than you can get it at Home Depot.
Okay. Oh yeah, hell yeah. I mean, just look at this.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but there does seem to be something really criminal and iffy about all this.
Each one of these layers is a segment. And Biden was auctioning them off at $5 a segment.
I wouldn't trust it.
Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick told Laura Ingraham on the Ingraham Angle, I will bid on all that wall and we will buy it in Texas and we'll give it to Donald Trump. I've got $1 billion in my pocket to do it.
It's not Texas Kamala money where that isn't going to be there when he goes to pay, is it?
No. This is actually in their budget. Texas Land Commissioner Don Buckingham followed in his comments, remarking, if you buy it, I have a place to store it on state land. The Texas General Land Office is standing by to help. Fox noted that the auctions have been happening since 2023, with Arizona officials saying they're happening weekly.
Oh, shit.
Buckingham and Greg Abbott have been more than willing after Trump's election to ensure incoming administration starts its deportation process under the best possible terms.
I'm still down with the whole airdrop them over whatever country is convenient to us. Not necessarily their country of origin, but hey,
if they came from the southern border, we send them right back to the southern border, then give them right back to Mexico.
Make them walk. Fuck it. I ain't paying out gas for them to go there.
Texas's Joycelyn Initiative, named after 12-year-old Joycelyn Nunn. Oh boy, I wish I could pronounce her name. I thought I had it down. Who was raped and murdered by two of the Venezuelan gang members, plans to allocate land for the Trump administration to use for violent criminal deportation facilities. So this is great. I mean, I love it. It's not ideal for Texas to buy something that the federal government owns so that it can be used for its purpose, but this is the quintessential Biden. Inefficiency has ruled for 4 years. Biden knows Trump will build the wall. Deportations will happen. Try to Trump-proof the situation is futile with Texas in the 47th president's corner. Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. I love the fact that Texas is using their tax dollars. No, I don't, Josh, I wouldn't call this money laundering. I really wouldn't. Biden is doing dirty because the money.
Where does the money from the sales go? In his pocket or where?
Goes into the general revenue.
Oh no.
If I remember correctly, it goes back to the general revenue. Oh, breaking news. What is this? Let me share this real quick, guys. This is good news.
Okay.
Appeals court removes prosecutor Fani Willis from Georgia election case against Trump and others. Fani Willis is disqualified from Georgia case against Trump. This is all happening, 36 minutes ago, 22 minutes ago, reporting just coming out.
She should be disqualified from freedom. I don't know. I mean, I'm weird. I think anybody that makes false claims like that needs to go to the fucking jail term that her victim would have. Sorry.
Oh, so although, we can see the Georgia case is fading away to nothing now. This is great. Evidently, this happened late last night, but because there's one article here from yesterday, 15 hours ago. So this happened about 7:30 last night. So, yeah, that's good news. That I still want I want to know why the appeals court in New York is taking so damn long to rule on the Manchin case, on the Bragg case there in New York. Why they haven't come back and just thrown that out. That should have been thrown out by now already. So I really want to see. I really want to see. Okay, and let's see here. What time is it? 9:45. We may make it an hour today because I need to make certain I got time to get ready for this doctor's appointment and such.
Okay.
Just to be aware of how this administration now. We've got to take the Aurora police chiefs this. I didn't have time to research this to see if I could find other reports on it. So, but I'm hoping this is true. When I say I'm hoping, I'm saying I'm saddened to say that I have to believe it's true. Okay. That a Biden White House staffer, this is the tweet here. Aurora, Colorado police chief, citizens were tortured. There's a high assumption they are affiliated with the Venezuelan drug gang.
Yeah.
I had a discussion with the White House. They told me that once these immigrants get across the border, that's all we care about.
Oh, all right.
That's all the White House cared about was once they get across the border.
All
right. Let's see here. Chamberlain noted in a news conference that in the fall he spoke to the Biden White House about Aurora's gang issue. I had a discussion with an individual from the White House, and this is what bothers me. Why didn't he have a name? If I'm calling the White House and I'm talking to a representative of the White House, I would have their name written down.
Yeah, most people
their name and position written down. And that way, when I went out and I had to talk about it later, I would put that person on blast for good or bad.
Yeah.
I had a discussion with an individual from the White House that occurred back on September 23rd. And that person basically told me, hey, once these immigrants get across the border, that's all we really care about.
I think that's poor phrasing, but hey, whatever, man.
It accidentally told the entire truth.
Yeah.
When Tom Homan comes in and takes over, and he starts doing what he wants to do, he starts doing his deportation roundups, we are going to hear the left screaming. They are going to be going nuts. And that is going to be good news for us. I'll sit back cheering.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. And the FBI is raiding the vice mayor or lieutenant mayor, whatever his title is. Deputy Mayor for Public Safety, Brian K. Williams. The FBI searched the home of Los Angeles Deputy Mayor on Tuesday as part of an investigation into whether he made bomb threats against the city hall.
Oh.
He made bomb threats against supposedly made bomb threats against the place where he works. where his offices are. Could it be he didn't want to go to work that day? Or was he trying to look at what these radical right wingers are doing, blame it on conservatives? You never know what's going on in these guys' minds. You just don't know until they actually admit it. Earlier this year, the LAPD responded to a bomb threat made against the LA City Hall. Our initial investigation revealed the source of the threat was likely from Brian Williams. Due to the department's working relationship with Mr. Williams, the investigation was referred to the FBI. The FBI remains the investigating agency. Williams has been placed on administrative leave. So, importantly, it is important to say that he has not been arrested or charged and will continue cooperating with the investigation.
Wow.
Through his attorneys.
You can throw a whole bunch of people in solitary before any investigation.
Yep.
This guy isn't even being questioned or held or anything. That is some BS.
Neil, which interview you talking about, Holman's? Because I watched part of Holman's interview with him. Did you? Who am I supposed to be cheering about? You know, I don't like to see any official, government official, be pulling crap like this. I don't care, you know. I don't care if it's a Republican, a Democrat. Only thing I care about is they are suitably punished afterwards. If you or I called in a bomb threat, we'd be going to jail.
Yeah.
And we were convicted of it, we'd be going to prison.
Absolutely. It wasn't a violent crime bullshit either.
No, did you know? I'm cheering for deportations. I got another strike on TikTok the other night.
Oh no! What happened?
For stating my canned response to deportations. And, you know, when they come back and say that it would be too expensive to deport 11 million illegals. And I say, it would only
to keep them.
I said, well, you know, we can do make a lot of self-deportations happen too.
Oh.
You know, yeah. If you're a child of an illegal immigrant, you're no longer entitled to go to American schools.
Okay.
If you are an illegal immigrant, you are not entitled to work in the United States. If you are an illegal immigrant, you cannot get any kind of social welfare, any kind of social benefits. Medical, food, housing, nothing. If you are married to an illegal, you are charged as a co-conspirator to harboring an illegal immigrant. You are charged as harboring an illegal. So you can go to jail too. Or you can self-deport with your illegal husband or wife.
You just reminded me of something.
What's that?
With the healthcare thing. I talked to someone yesterday about that healthcare plan, and they were like, "Yeah, what you're seeing all these ads for is actually a scam. The agents, which I pretty much knew, the agents that are processing your applications are getting paid, even though you're getting nothing. They're claiming that you're getting free healthcare, which that part is true because there is a stimulus, but it only applies to healthcare. So they're talking about 6,400. This that. All of that money goes into covering insurance costs. You're not getting a food benefit. You're not getting groceries. You're not getting any of the other crap, and you're not getting the leftover cash in your pocket, which is what all these scam artists are claiming. I mean, they're putting the ads on YouTube and verbally making these claims and committing to them, yet it's not happening. So she said, if anybody's promising you insurance and groceries and money in your pocket, they're scamming you. Don't fall for it. Yeah. So, I mean, I knew it, but it was nice to get confirmation. That was just a good feature.
Yes, it is.
But she did say that if whatever income that you claim when you file your claim for this healthcare stimulus, if it's lesser or more than what you claim on your taxes, you could have tax problems.
Yeah, I can believe that.
You could end up paying the difference. So I'm like, oh, I need to go cancel this shit. I don't remember what I claimed last year, but my lovely tax lady knows all this stuff.
Now, I'm going to go way off the line here for what we've been discussing so far today.
Okay.
I saw this morning on X, and I had to sit down and laugh. The wife and I have been talking. Okay, she works with a lot of younger women.
Uh-oh. What is it?
And they talk about their dating lives, their love lives.
Oh God, and disgusting.
Okay, and what they're looking for in the men. Now, we're talking about women who, most of them do have at least a bachelor's degree in early childhood services or early childhood care.
Right.
Okay, most of them do have at least a bachelor's. A lot of them only have associates. But most of them have at least a bachelor's. And I showed this to the wife, and she said, yeah, this is true. This is a text message between a guy and a girl. Oh, all right. The girl said, I only friend zoned you because you're too perfect. And the guy comes back, what? That makes no sense. You'd make a better husband than boyfriend, and I wanted to keep you around until the time was right. If we ever dated and broke up, I'd hate to lose you forever.
That's her break glass in case of emergency guy.
All girls keep the good ones around until the time is right.
Yeah.
In other words, yeah, you're going to be my future husband, but I'm going to go around and party and sleep around and everything else with all these other guys. And you ain't going to get nothing from me until I'm ready to marry you. But I'm going to keep you on that little tight string and dissuade you from dating other girls as long as I can.
Uh-huh.
And when I showed that to the wife this morning, she started busting up laughing and said, yeah, that's the way a lot of these young girls think today. And I'm just absolutely shaking my head and wondering why any guy would put up with it. I ghosted a lot of women. My wife, the woman I'm married to now, came damn close to, I gave her my phone number 3 times. And she said she lost it once.
Uh-huh.
Her girlfriend took it away from her once and tore it up and threw it away.
You better dig that shit out of the trash. You want to live.
Okay. Well, she didn't know she did it until the next day because her friend that she worked with took it out of her purse.
That's not a friend. That's a nosy bitch.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And when I gave her my phone number the third time, and I told her, I said, "Don't lose it this time." And the hard fact is she would have lost my phone number if she, because she didn't want to give me her number. Which, okay, she gets hit on a lot by, she worked at a Subway near an Air Force base.
Yeah.
She gets hit on a lot. I mean, my wife was very, very cute when she's still very beautiful to me, but when she, 30 years ago, she was
young and cute. I get it.
Okay, and a lot of single guys coming in from the Air Force Base getting sub sandwiches. So she got hit on a lot. She said the only reason why she went out with me is because I was the first person to go out, willing to go on a date with her at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh shit!
That's when she got off work. Subway closed at 1:00, and by the time she got done cleaning up and prepping for first shift, it'd be almost 2:00.
Cleaning and food service, man, that's a pain in the ass.
I mean, I worked swing shift out on the base, so I got off work at midnight. Yeah. It wasn't a big deal for me to wait around until 2:00 in the morning to go out on a date.
Right.
We ended up over at a all-night cafe. And I can remember even her and I were discussing this the other day. She was surprised. I even remembered what in the hell we ordered that night. I had hash browns with a omelet over top of it, and she had scrambled eggs and sausage. Oh, thanks, Fury. Well, 35 years ago, she was, I won't fully admit, I was better looking 35 years ago than I am today.
I was a lot more flexible 35 years ago. I'll just say that and leave it there.
I was a lot. I was 185 to 200 pounds, most of it muscle, very little.
Like 120.
6'3", nice and trim.
I was a skinny little thing.
So, but anyway, she told me that this is the way that women today actually act, the younger girls. And I'm sitting there going, these younger women are spending too much of their time getting dating advice from other women on social media.
That's like taking dating advice from a 3-time divorcee. Like, what the hell, lady?
Exactly. I do still have my Stetson around here somewhere, Neil. I wore a Stetson for years. I've still got the big belt buckle my dad gave me when I was 15 years old. I wore that for years.
There you go.
I've got a 1976 silver dollar in the middle of it. A bicentennial silver dollar. Until my feet gave out on me, Neil, I wore cockroach killers most of the time when I was off work.
Okay, help me out. I don't know that slang.
What, cockroach killers?
Are you talking about flip-flops?
No, those are the pointy-toe cowboy boots.
Okay.
Because you can get into the corner to kill the cockroaches.
I I did not need to know that, sir.
You got square-toed boots, round-toed boots, and pointed-toed boots.
No.
And so, all right, guys, since I've got that doctor's appointment and I need to get on the phone and give them a call to confirm it, I need to go ahead and end this stream after only an hour. Sorry about it. Tomorrow's Friday Fun stream. We're doing Christmas songs. Ramen, besides them two, you need to send me some more songs if you want me to get them on the list for tomorrow.
Okay.
Because you only sent me two.
Okay.
All right. And y'all have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Try to stay out of trouble. And as always, be with the ones you love and love the ones that you're with.
Yeah,
all right. And we'll see.